In 1995, Jerry Jones, a 34-year-old businessman in Australia, was a notable figure in the country's business world. Known for his earnest and dedicated approach to his work, Jerry had achieved success in his career. However, beyond the boardrooms and office meetings, he had a profound passion for swimming, particularly in the open sea. He had invested a significant portion of his savings in swimming gear and related items, a testament to his love for the sport. For Jerry, swimming in the sea was more than just a hobby. It was a way to find solace and escape from the relentless pressures of his professional life. The vast expanse of the ocean provided him with a sense of freedom and tranquility that was difficult to find elsewhere. One fateful day on March 23rd, one of his employees made a minor error during a crucial business meeting, which cost Jerry's company money. The setback hit him hard, leaving him disheartened and emotionally drained. Recognizing the need to recharge and regain perspective, Jerry decided to take a few days off from work. He entrusted the responsibilities of his business to his capable managers, and decided to seek solace by visiting the seaside, his beloved refuge. Jerry reached out to his close friend and fellow swimming enthusiast, Partner, who had shared his passion for the sea for many years. Partner, always eager for moments of relaxation and adventure, readily agreed to join Jerry on his seaside escape. The plan was set for the upcoming weekend, specifically on a Sunday morning. In anticipation of their outing, Jerry meticulously prepared by packing their bags with swimming attire, surfboards, and all the necessary gear to ensure a perfect day at the beach. On the morning of their adventure, Partner picked up Jerry, and they embarked on their journey to the seaside. As they approached their destination, they observed a multitude of people enjoying the beauty of the water, further stoking their excitement. Upon reaching the shore, they wasted no time immersing themselves in the experience they had eagerly awaited. With the sun shining brightly overhead, they changed into their swimming attire, grasped their surfboards, and ventured into the azure waters. The sea beckoned them, promising moments of pure joy and rejuvenation. As they began their surfing adventure, Jerry felt a profound sense of joy and relaxation wash over him. The stresses and worries that had plagued him since the recent business setback seemed to melt away with each wave. Jerry allowed his thoughts to flow freely, generating new business ideas and solutions as he rode the waves. It was a rare moment of clarity and respite, and he relished every second of it. However, during this serene escape, Jerry failed to notice the looming danger that lurked beneath the water's surface. Unbeknownst to him, a colossal shark had emerged from the depths, creating a turbulent disturbance in the sea. The shark, a powerful and relentless predator, fixated its attention on Jerry, who remained blissfully unaware of the impending peril. Suddenly, with startling swiftness, the shark attacked, its massive jaws clamping down on Jerry's legs. The excruciating pain and shock were overwhelming, and he cried out for help as he grappled with the reality of the situation. Fortunately, the commotion and sight of the shark's attack had alerted a nearby ship's crew. They wasted no time in coming to Jerry's rescue, their swift actions saving him from the jaws of the predator. With the utmost urgency, they pulled Jerry out of the water and onto the safety of their vessel. Partner, who had witnessed the horrifying attack, swam towards the ship, his heart pounding with fear for his friend. Together, they rushed Jerry to the nearest hospital, the urgency of the situation leaving no room for delay. The medical team at the hospital, well versed in handling emergency cases, immediately sprang into action. Jerry's injuries were severe and his condition was critical. Life-saving surgery was initiated without hesitation, and essential medical treatments were administered. Despite the medical team's best efforts, Jerry's injuries were extensive and devastating. The shark's vicious attack had left him with no choice but to part with both of his legs, a life-altering consequence that would profoundly impact his future. News of the shark attack on the prominent businessman spread like wildfire, capturing the attention of news channels, media outlets, and the general public. It was a story that both shocked and fascinated people, leaving them in awe of the relentless power of nature and the fragility of human life. In the wake of the traumatic incident, employees from Jerry's office rushed to the hospital to inquire about his health and offer their support. It was a challenging time for Jerry, as he not only had to deal with the physical trauma of his injuries, but also the emotional turmoil of adapting to a life irrevocably changed. Yet, amidst the hardships and pain, Jerry Jones displayed remarkable resilience and determination, qualities that contributed to his success in the competitive world of business. His journey of recovery became an inspiring story of the human spirit's capacity to endure and overcome even the most unimaginable challenges. As Jerry underwent extensive rehabilitation and learned to adapt to his new reality with prosthetic limbs, he continued to draw upon the same unwavering determination that had propelled him in his career. His story became a testament to the strength of the human spirit, a reminder that even in the face of adversity and life-altering events, one can emerge stronger, more resilient, and with an unwavering spirit. In 1993, in China, there was a young man named Arian who worked as an account officer at a bank. His daily routine was grueling, with bookkeeping and transactions keeping him constantly busy. This relentless workload began to take a toll on his mood and health, which deeply concerned his family. One day, Arian's wife noticed the strain her husband was under and decided to take matters into her own hands. She knew that the one thing that made Arian truly happy was spending time by the seaside. With this in mind, she decided to plan a surprise family trip to the coast. Arian's wife and their children secretly packed a picnic bag and sprang the surprise on him. They chose to go on a Sunday when everyone was free. Though Arian was initially resistant due to his work, his family's persistence eventually won him over. They all piled into the car, with Arian still glued to his mobile phone, checking emails even as they embarked on their trip. Upon arriving at the seaside, Arian's wife stopped the car, and he finally looked up to see the beautiful view before him. His excitement was palpable, and he couldn't find words to express his gratitude for this thoughtful gesture from his family. Recognizing that Arian needed some personal time, his family encouraged him to enjoy the day on his own. Grateful for their understanding, Arian thanked his wife for her love and support. The family had chosen a spot on the beach and they set up their picnic. They laughed and played together, making the most of their day by the sea. However, a sign advertising water tours caught Arian's attention. He decided to take a break from the beach and boarded a boat, hoping to find relaxation away from the daily grind. As Arian ventured into the middle of the sea, he suddenly felt a powerful impact against the boat. The vessel rocked violently, and he lost his balance, falling into the water. Panic surged through him as he realized something was gripping his hand. In a matter of moments, it became evident that a massive shark had latched onto him. Arian cried out in pain and shock as the shark's teeth tore into his hand. Fortunately, the boat operator had seen the shark's reflection in the water and rushed to Arian's aid. He quickly retrieved equipment to fend off the shark and struck the creature on the head, forcing it to release its grip on Arian's hand. The shark had already done significant damage, tearing apart a portion of Arian's hand before disappearing back into the depths of the sea. The boat operator acted swiftly and returned Arian to his family on the shore. They rushed him to the hospital immediately. Arian's wife, who happened to be friends with the doctors from their university days, was met with a sense of relief when she arrived at the hospital. The medical team went to work promptly, performing emergency surgery and providing critical medical treatment. The situation was dire, with the loss of blood from Arian's severely injured hand proving difficult to control. The doctors worked tirelessly, holding out hope that they might be able to salvage some function in Arian's hand. However, the extent of the damage was extensive, and recovery was uncertain. News of Arian's condition was a profound shock to his family. They had never expected such a tragic incident during what was meant to be a joyous outing. The doctors provided some hope, albeit cautiously, suggesting that there was a chance of recovery, but that the road ahead would be challenging. In the aftermath of the incident, Arian's life was forever altered. He came to terms with the loss of his hand and the limitations it imposed on his daily activities. His wife, a pillar of strength, continued to work at the same bank, now shouldering the workload alone and managing the challenges that came with it. Arian struggled with feelings of helplessness, unable to contribute to his family's financial well-being in the same way he once had. Despite this, his family stood by him, offering unwavering support and love. In 1999, in the vibrant and historically rich country of Japan, a young man named Angus found himself at a turning point in his life. At the tender age of 20, he was a college student, navigating the complexities of academia while simultaneously pursuing his passion for swimming. Due to his father's legacy as a renowned swimmer who had won recognition for his accomplishments in international competitions, Angus had a strong connection to the water from a young age. Tragically, Angus lost his father when he was just 16 years old, leaving behind a deep void that could never be filled. Angus was determined to follow in his father's footsteps and carry forward his legacy. Swimming had become more than just a hobby for him. It was a way to connect with his father's memory and honor his legacy. Angus's biggest dream was to become a renowned swimmer like his father, earning recognition and accolades from different countries, just as his father had done. One sunny day in 1999, as Angus was living his life as a college student, fate took an unexpected turn. He was spending time with a close friend who was also passionate about swimming. This friend had been raving about a beautiful seaside location, famous for its crystal-clear waters and serene ambience. Excitedly, the friend suggested they go swimming there and experience the sheer joy of being in the water. Even though he was initially hesitant, Angus found the idea of showcasing his swimming abilities in such a picturesque setting intriguing. Little did they know the danger that awaited them. As the day progressed, Angus couldn't help but daydream about his future. He envisioned himself completing college and then traveling the world, competing in swimming competitions, and making his father proud. He shared these dreams with his friend, who encouraged him and promised to be by his side every step of the way. They vowed to return to this very spot after finishing college and to make it a special occasion for both of them. With the excitement building, they set off for the famous seaside location at 3 p.m. Angus, always prepared for a swim, changed into his swimming attire and mentally prepared himself for the aquatic adventure ahead. The anticipation of showcasing his skills was palpable. Upon reaching the seaside, Angus wasted no time and waded into the water. He swam with remarkable focus and skill, demonstrating all that he had learned over the years. His friend watched in awe as Angus glided through the water effortlessly, like a fish in its natural habitat. They laughed, played, and enjoyed the day, not realizing the danger that lurked beneath the surface. However, as the sun began to set and darkness enveloped the sea, tragedy struck. A haunting voice echoed through the tranquil evening, the cry of anguish. Angus was under attack, and it was not a foe he could have ever anticipated. A massive shark, a fearsome predator of the deep, had locked onto Angus's body, tearing through flesh and bone with unimaginable force. The horrifying sight of the shark attack sent shockwaves through Angus's friend, who was paralyzed with fear. Panic and desperation set in as they watched their dear friend battling for his life. The idyllic day had turned into a nightmare, and they were helpless bystanders. News of the shark attack quickly reached the authorities, and a rescue operation was launched. Ships and rescue personnel rushed to the scene, their hearts pounding with urgency. As they arrived at the scene, Angus's friend was in tears, crying out for help. The rescue team acted swiftly, deploying divers into the water in a desperate bid to save Angus. The situation was dire. The relentless shark had dragged Angus beneath the waves, leaving only a trail of bloodstains on the surface. Divers bravely ventured into the deep, their hearts pounding with fear and determination. Every second felt like an eternity as they scoured the water in search of Angus. Miraculously, after what seemed like an eternity, they spotted Angus's lifeless body drifting deeper into the abyss. With incredible courage and resolve, they managed to retrieve him from the clutches of the shark. As they brought Angus back to the surface, it was clear that he had suffered severe injuries. His body was covered in wounds and he was unconscious. The rescue team wasted no time and rushed Angus onto their waiting ship, where a team of medical professionals was prepared for emergency treatment. Angus's body was pale, and he was losing copious amounts of blood. The situation was critical, and every moment counted. They sped towards the nearest hospital, desperately hoping to save Angus's life. The journey felt interminable, and the fear of losing Angus weighed heavily on everyone's hearts. His friends, who had witnessed the horrific attack, were overwhelmed with guilt and sorrow. They blamed themselves for convincing Angus to venture into the sea, oblivious to the lurking danger. Doctors and nurses worked tirelessly at the hospital to stabilize Angus's condition. His injuries were extensive, with numerous internal organs damaged, bones broken, and severe blood loss. The medical team faced an uphill battle, unsure if they could save his life. Days turned into a harrowing wait as Angus's family gathered at the hospital, praying for his recovery. The weight of uncertainty hung in the air, and the hospital room felt like a somber sanctuary of hope and despair. Despite their best efforts, Angus's injuries were too severe, and his young life could not be salvaged. The news of his passing shattered the hearts of his family and friends. The pain of losing him was immeasurable, and the guilt that burdened his friends was a heavy cross to bear. Angus's dreams of becoming a renowned swimmer like his father would never come to fruition. In the wake of this tragic incident, Angus's room remained untouched, a poignant memorial to a life cut short. In the year 2000, in the rich tapestry of Myanmar's history, a man named Alan found his way into the annals of fame. Alan was not a politician or a military leader, but his story would become one of both inspiration and tragedy. He was an ordinary man working for a famous company in Myanmar, leading a life that was content and filled with the warmth of love. Alan's life was intimately intertwined with that of his beloved wife, a woman whose passion for swimming had once burned brightly. Before their marriage, she had been a dedicated swimmer, constantly pushing her boundaries and exploring the depths of her aquatic passion. However, as life often does, it took a different turn after marriage. She had set aside her swimming dreams to build a life together with Alan. But Alan, being the devoted and loving husband that he was, had never forgotten the spark of passion that had once ignited in his wife's eyes when she spoke of swimming. He knew how much it meant to her, and he longed to see that joy return to her life. One fateful day, a few years into their marriage, Alan decided to surprise his wife with a sea tour. He had meticulously planned this excursion, eager to witness the radiant smile on her face once again. They discussed it excitedly, and the decision was made to embark on this adventure on a sunny Saturday morning. The day of the trip arrived, and their hearts were filled with anticipation. After a hearty breakfast, they set off in their car, the gentle hum of their favorite light music filling the air. Packed with a picnic bag, they were ready to embrace the day ahead. As they neared the seaside, the holiday atmosphere became palpable. Many people were enjoying the sea, with children playing joyfully on the shore. Upon reaching the beach, Alan's wife could hardly contain her excitement. Without hesitation, she changed into her swimming attire and ventured into the crystal-clear waters. Alan, equally eager to share in her passion, quickly changed and followed in her footsteps, determined to learn to swim alongside his beloved. As time passed, his wife ventured deeper into the water, exploring the vastness of the sea. Alan at some point decided to return to the shallower waters near the shore. Little did he know that this decision would change their lives forever. In a matter of moments, tragedy struck. A colossal shark, a creature of the deep, attacked Alan's wife. Horror gripped him as he turned back to see the unthinkable unfolding before his eyes. The shark had clamped its jaws around her leg, and she was in mortal danger. Panic coursed through his veins as he cried out for help, desperately trying to rescue his beloved wife from the relentless predator. Thankfully, their cries for help did not go unheard. Many brave souls rushed to their aid, risking their lives to fend off the monstrous shark and pull Alan's wife to safety. It was a harrowing ordeal, but their collective efforts paid off. She was rescued, but the damage was done. Her leg had been badly mauled in the attack, and the pain she must have endured was beyond comprehension. Alan's world shattered that day. The trauma of witnessing such a horrific event haunted his dreams, and the guilt of not being able to protect his wife gnawed at his soul. They rushed her to the hospital, where doctors fought valiantly to save her life and salvage what they could of her leg. The road to recovery was long and grueling, both physically and emotionally. Alan stood by his wife's side, providing support and love. It took nearly a year of surgeries, therapy, and sheer determination for her to regain some semblance of normalcy. Her spirit, much like her husband's devotion, was unbreakable. Throughout this ordeal, news of the shocking incident spread like wildfire, especially within the company where Alan worked. His dedication as a hard-working employee was well known. and the company felt compelled to step in. They offered financial assistance to cover the mounting hospital expenses, recognizing the exceptional circumstances that had befallen one of their own. After a year of battling physical and emotional pain, Alan's wife emerged as a survivor. She had conquered the odds, and with her husband's unwavering care and support, she found the strength to face the world once more. However, beneath the surface of their resilience, there lingered a shadow of regret. Alan's wife blamed herself for the incident, believing that she had been reckless in the water, endangering her husband in the process. It was a burden she carried silently, unable to fully accept the gravity of her actions. As for Alan, he struggled with a mix of emotions. While he cherished the fact that his wife had survived and that they were still together, the trauma of that day lingered in his heart. He had been willing to dive headfirst into the depths of the ocean to protect her, but the merciless jaws of fate had ripped apart his illusions of safety. Their story serves as a beacon of hope for all who face adversity, and as a reminder that, as long as there is love and determination, the human spirit can triumph over even the darkest of tides.